This video is sponsored by PokeTownStore.com, the best place to get yourself some TCGO code cards. Are you looking for that last card to complete your deck, or just to get the latest booster pack in town on TCGO? Well, they have everything. Use the coupon code ZapLoosTCG and get 5% off your next order. Also, this video is sponsored by CardsMarket.com. This is a European platform where you're able to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. I personally use it every single day, and you can get booster packs, even old school cards like this cool Mr. Mime over here. So be sure to check it out on CardsMarket.com. Last but certainly not least is going to be yourplaymat.com. This is a website where you're able to create your own unique custom playmat. Get your own unique custom playmat right now by clicking the link in the description below or using the coupon code ZapLoosTCG10YP and get 10% off your order when creating your own unique custom playmat for the new season. Anyhow, thanks for sticking around on the commercials. I'll see you guys very shortly. Peace. Sup YouTube, it's ZapLoosTCG here and welcome back to our TCG video on my channel. Today is rotation day. Finally, we're gonna say goodbye to a lot of cards that actually ruined the format here and there, but they were very bonkers to say the least. We're gonna be talking about Tag Team GXs in this video. There were 32 tag teams released, as you can see, all the way from Team Up to Cosmic Eclipse, and we're going to be ranking them in a tier list today. That's going to be a lot of fun to just celebrate rotation day. Tag teams were a mechanic introduced, of course, in Team Up. The 1st of February was the set release, and tag teams were just bonkers. Ever since we saw Pikachu appearance at, of course, the World Championships, we saw like, what? Tag teams, 3 prize card Pokemon, it's insane. And now the game has developed in a state where 3 prize Pokemon are just everywhere. VMAX have implemented the power creep of 3 prize Pokemon. Unfortunately, I really like a lot of archetypes post-rotation, but yeah, really don't get me wrong, but I don't like the fact that the games sometimes are over in about like 3 or 4 turns. That's something I don't like. That's why I love one prize decks in general. Of course, my baby Blam's experience taught me that. Now we're actually experiencing some good stuff with Malamar. So yeah, I'm not too mad about this, but these are the 3 prize Pokemon, and we're going to be ranking them in a tier list today. So hopefully you guys are excited. If you are excited, be sure to let me know by destroying the hell out of the like button. It only takes a second of your time and it helps out the channel so much. Also, let me know in the comment section below what your favorite tag team is. Which tag team will you miss the most? And if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. You're going to get daily Pokemon TCG content on here. Also, my experience will be mostly on the standard format, seeing as I don't play expanded too much. So we're going to be, of course, focusing on that when we take a look at the tag teams here. So we're going to go in random order. What better way to start things off? Now with Gengar Mimikyu, I think this is S tier. As something we've learned with Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX before rotation is that Horror House GX is such a cheese move. You can win games easily just by flipping over your GX counter and then going for Poltergeist, knocking some people out, or just buying yourself some turns to, of course, evolve into Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. So this is super crazy. And Horror House will be gone, so Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX might actually suffer from that, but it's a very great card nevertheless. Another card we can get straight out of the way because people are, of course, saying is ADP. ADP has always been S tier in my opinion because of Alter Creation, and Alter Creation is just super crazy. One prize decks just got smacked in the face. People that play 2 prize Pokemon, they only need to, we only need to get 2 KOs with ADP. I myself also played ADP during the last Players Cup 4, and the thing I've noticed with, I already play like Players Cup 1, 2, and 3, and then I did that with Blacephalon. I decided to play tag team for once in my life, and that was ADP, and ADP got me into top 16 in Europe, so super solid card. Alter Creation, Broken GX, make sure you can take an additional prize card for the rest of the game. Utterly ridiculous, and I think it's even better than Gengar Mimikyu, let's just be honest. That card alone defined the era, of course. Cosmic Eclipse. I actually got a lot of Cosmic Eclipse boxes because I got second in the special event in Paris and got 3 booster boxes, and there were ADPs in there, so yeah, Destiny just tried to tell me something about this. What we're going to talk about up next, a very bad card. Let's say Latios and Latias GX. Let's put this here on the bottom tier. Nobody played this. It was an interesting card, but it needed weird energies. It needed water, psychic, and it never actually saw any play. Then tier C, we're going to define that with Reshiram. So much potential. Who remembers going into Cosmic Eclipse saying like, this is going to be the best card ever, 270 damage and stuff. easily, and it never worked out. Instead, the better dragon of the bunch was of course ADP. So Reshiram, I don't know if there's any Reshiram fans out there. Also about most of these, there was of course a video available on my channel if you want to have some nostalgic vibes with some of these cards. Moving forward, yeah, A tier, Reshiram and Charizard. I might even put it into S, but these are like defining by themselves. Let's just put it in A together with Pikachu. These are actually very great cards. I think Charizard was a little bit better. Pikachu actually destroyed the metagame during the Berlin Internationals in 2019. I was playing on the end of that tournament as well. Did very well. Expected a lot of Pikachu. I played Lucario just because of it. But Pikachu has seen play ever since its release in Team Up. Full Blitz 150 on the active position. And then you're going to be able to accelerate energies whatever you please. And then Tag Ball GX 200 and 170 on one of the opponent's bench Pokemon. Utterly broken. And then of course a Reshiram. Reshiram is just good because Welder was good, that's how it is. But who remembers like playing Cracephalon? That was of course Tempo Zard or whatever you want to call that deck. Or maybe Green Zard. I have a lot of memories with Green Zard as well. Volcanion, accelerating the energies, then Weldering and go crazy. All of these were available in League Battle decks, by the way. ADP in the Zacian V League Battle deck. We have Pikachu League Battle deck, Reshiram Charizard League Battle deck. So the Pokemon Company actually decides to print very playable cards these times around, and I really love it because new people can actually get into this game very easily, and that's something I adore. The more people play this game, the happier I will be. That's also the reason why I'm a content creator in the first place. So yeah, I put these in A. Pikachu actually has slowed down a little bit in popularity ever since the VMAXs came in town. So this seems okay to me. Moving forward, a B tier archetype. I don't know if we'll put it in A, but rather than a Lone Executor, always had the nice way of creeping into top 8 here and there. Never was a defining card that say like that's the best deck in the format, but it was very great, of course, using that super growth free attack to evolve your little Grookey all the way up to Thwackey and then into Rillaboom. Super fun to do, and actually saw some play here and there. Okay, other cards that we want to talk about. Another B card is going to be the Zapdos Articuno Moltres, available in the Shining Fates? No, Hidden Fates? Hidden Fates, yeah. That was the set, and it actually saw play with none other than ADP itself. So it was ADP Birds. We've seen it working out, and the Trinity Burn actually slapped a lot of damage during that era in time. So it also is able to get itself back into the deck and slap 110 damage on 3 targets, which was super huge. So yeah, I really enjoyed that card. Who else we're gonna talk about? D tier is Togepi, Clefant, Igglybuff. These never saw play, but it was a very beautiful card. It actually got, of course, featured in a trailer of Cosmic Eclipse, but never saw any play because, yeah, it also shuffles all of the opponent's bench Pokemon into their deck, and that could actually mean you can also attack again. Something like that, similar, but you needed like 15 fairy energies onto this guy. And it never worked out. How can you get 15 energies? That's super clunky in my opinion. A B card, yeah, tier B. Bosmosa, I really love this card. Jet Punching, similar vibes of Boswell GX. Also the Beast Game GX sub play and a whole variety of decks. Just because you can take an additional prize card. We saw it with Miss Magius back in the days, and Dusknoir Trevenant with Beast Ring, and then switching around the energies before the era of Cresselia of Charisma Shilling Rain. And I really like this card. Bosmosa saw play, and also the Zapdos Ultra Beast deck, which I actually piloted quite a bit. Moving forward, Salasaur, a solid tier C deck. Who remembers Salasaur, by the way? I know you can get familiar with like Venusaur and Snivy, but Salasaur was one of those cards that actually saw some play in the early phase of the team up meta, and that was with the Shaman from Lost Thunder last 2 rotations ago, healing off this very tanky archetype, even playing potions in this list. And moving forward is the Nightwatch. I think there's also a broken S tier card. Nightwatch is just so ridiculous. All these cards in the S tier are so ridiculous. Alter Creation, busted. Horror House GX, busted. Nightwatch putting the opponent to a 0-card hand in combination with Pat to the Peak and all that, busted. So yeah, this is my personal touch, by the way. If your list is different, be sure to let me know down below in the comment section. Moving forward, Snorlax C card. Actually saw some play in Reshiram decks in the very early phases of Green Zard. Moving forward, what can we say? Look Metal. This is also a solid tier A card in my opinion. These tag teams are all super powerful. Look Metal was very defining with Full Metal Wall GX, very nicely partnered with Zamazenta to wall off VMAXs, and there's a lot of VMAXs out there, as well as Zacian to use Intrepid Sword. Okay, Mewtwo Mew. I think this deserves to be an S tier just because of the versatility. We've seen Galaxy Mewtwo, Welder Mewtwo, Water Mewtwo, Rillaboom Mewtwo. It was just that ability alone made the card very strong, and that's why I'm personally putting it in S tier just because of how ridiculous the combinations were with Mewtwo. If it weren't for Mewtwo, Pikachu would have not been as good as it was during the Battle Styles meta, as something we're saying here. So Mewtwo, super solid card. Being able to copy all the Pokemon GXs, their attacks from the bench or in the discard pile was just too much to handle. Tier B, Gardevoir, Guardian. Who remembers this card? Guardian at one point was a very solid deck. I think Stefan Ivanov was a very much really hyping up this card, did really well with it. Faced them a couple of times in the Players Cup, but of course Blastoffalon was way better, right? Yeah, if you're watching this, you know what I mean. This we actually on our Belgian team, we actually played a lot of Blastoffalon and just were able to wreck these guys. But this is crazy, right? Kaleidostorm 150, and you're able to move around all your energies. That means you can heal off, and you also have a lot of crazy things going for you. You can of course use magical Miracle GX, making sure the opponent has a 0 card hand, and that's super crazy. And definitely with the Fairy Song or whatever it was, you can accelerate the energies to a bench Guardian. What else? What are we gonna talk about next? Okay, yeah, of course the solid tier A card is the Tandem Shock. How many games were won with Tandem Shock? Let me know down below if you ever lost an important championship because of Tandem Shock and the paralyzation effect in combination with Reset Stamp. Of course, it belongs here on tier A. Moving forward, Machamp and Marshadow never saw the huge amount of success in tournament play. Put it here in tier C. Yeah, it was able to actually counter and use a revenge attack, but never actually saw too much play. Solid tier B card is Espeon and Deoxys. Actually was being featured in the World Championship deck, of course, with Cross Division, spreading around all your damage counters. It was 20 damage counters during that day, just because of the fact you can use Welder on the first turn on that World Championship 2019. Very cool card, putting it here on the tier B for sure. Okay, Mega Lopunny actually saw a little bit of play, but not too much. It was nice counter against Pikachu because at the time you could use this and use Welder onto it to knock out stuff like Pikachu. I wonder if we should put it a little bit higher, but for now tier C on the higher end for sure. Right now not a lot of GXs are being played anymore, so maybe that is actually hazing my memory of Mega Lopunny and Jigglypuff. Okay, moving forward, Slowduck, putting it at tier C. It was a very cool meme deck, don't get me wrong. We've seen it with Articuno. I think that was also for the team up set, and you're going to be able to, of course, use Misty and get all the cards, supporters in hand, and slap huge amount of damage. And Lapras could get back the Misty card, so interesting, but still meme archetype for sure. Garchomp Giratina, I'm putting it here on tier B. At one point it was very, very strong. It's also super broken and expanded. We already know that, but my memory comes mostly from the standard format. It did saw some play in some sort of Galaxy Mewtwo list. It did saw play in Miss Maggie's builds to, of course, go crazy, and of course make sure you can use Reset Stamp and then attack using Karate Belt and all that. Very cool card for sure. Okay, Umbreon and Darkrai, not particularly tier A, but on the higher end of tier B. Right now it's being used more than ever before because of the power of Galarian Moltres and Weavile. That means you can get lots of energies in play using red and blue, and then that Dark Moon can KO anything, and the opponent is not able to play down trainer cards from their hand. So, very cool card. It might even be higher, but this is just my memory of these tag teams. Yours might be different. Sabltar, yeah, a tier C card. I think the Umbreon Darkrai was more impactful than the Sabltar. Sabltar is, of course, allowing you to slap huge damage and take an additional prize card on GXs. Never saw too much play because Dark Box was not too good during its release, and it's only now popping into quite a solid archetype again because of Mewtwo being super powerful. You have type coverage and all that, so okay. Godlord Naganadel, I will put it in tier B because I think the card is super strong. I've seen some lists working out with End Resolve that's working out very well. You're going to be able to take prize cards with Chaotix. Well, everything that actually with Chaotix or the GX, everything that takes prize cards with an attack is very good. We've seen it with Kartana GX. We've seen it with more Ultra Beast like that. So taking prize cards, very, very solid for sure. Like with Blastoffalon GX, that was also super broken. Okay, Pipstoise, Blastoise, Piplup. Tier C. In my record book, I've never seen this working out, but on the other hand, there were way better water type attackers, putting it higher end of tier D, I guess. So yeah, these tag teams on the bottom actually didn't saw a lot of play. I've never seen them in tournaments, so they are super rare. Never seen them in tournaments at all. These actually might pop up here and there. and that's why they are tier C. Tier B is actually super solid, and tier A and tier S speaks for themselves. So Galeo, the tier C card, actually saw some play in Galaxy Mewtwo because it actually slapped a reasonable amount of damage for 4 energies. Putting it over here. Sounds about okay to me. Zoroark Greninja, solid tier B card, being able to slap more damage for every Darkness Pokemon, actually Darkness Energy in play, in combination with Red and Blue, in combination with Galarian Moltres. Actually saw some play recently, but also in Expanded is a powerhouse with Dark Patch. I don't know that, but yeah, don't take Expanded into consideration too much here. Bryson Zard, or whatever you want to call this fella, Brilliant Flame, did saw some play in the one and only Green Zard build as a potential 2-off, so that's cool. That's definitely with Jesse and James it was broken. Getting all the puzzle pieces from the deck, scouting 3 cards from the deck, you can do that with Brilliant Flame. Muck and Alolan Muck, also a solid tier B card. If it wasn't for Mewtwo, this card would be very terrible, but luckily we did have Mewtwo. We can put it in the discard pile, start using these attacks. This was used as an answer against stuff like, I did see it working out against stuff like Eternatus and stuff. Interesting card for sure. Magikarp Wailord, solid tier C card. I remember a time where I used Towering Splash GX and knocked out all the Malamars, the one from Forbidden Light, and one blow. It was super awesome back in the days playing Magikarp Wailord. Lower end, by the way, because most of the time it was a meme deck. It also had 300 HP, so pretty tanky for sure. And then Snivy and Venusaur, also a tier C card over here. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we say goodbye to the tag teams. Bye, sayonara, ciao. We never see you again. They are 3 prizers. They were huge. In my opinion, the most broken one was ADP. Followed up by Gengar, Mimikyu, Horror House. Then Nightwatch. These Jax moves are all like unfair. And then Mewtwo was just super versatile, so I'm putting it in S. Other than that, we have, of course, Luke Metal, Reshiram, Pikachu, Alolan, Raichu, and Raichu Tag Team. These were super good, and these are actually the B and C and D categories. These are cards you should be familiar with by now because they are still featured even in the meta of VMAXs, but now we say goodbye to them. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video on rotation day. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to let me know by destroying the hell out of the like button. Helps out in many ways. I try to create the best Pokemon TCG content available for you guys. And yeah, if you're new, yeah, definitely subscribe. You're gonna get more where that came from. And yeah, be sure to check out our sponsors, PoketownStore.com, the best place for TCGO code cards. You can use that coupon code ZapDogsTCG for 5% off your order. Whether you're looking for promo codes like Dragapult Eternatus, whatever. If you're looking for Evolving Skies codes, the latest booster packs in town, they have it all. Maybe you're looking for the Marnie Collection Premium Box or whatever, the codes. They have everything up on PoketownStore.com, and you can use that coupon code ZapDogsTCG for 5% off. Also, go check out cardmarket.com. It's a European platform where you're able to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. Use the affiliate link below. It does help out, and I personally sell a lot of cards on Card Market, so definitely check out my user profile. Last but certainly not least is yourplaymat.com. Click the link in the description right now and get 10% off when creating your own unique custom playmat. You can create custom playmats and they ship worldwide for a reasonable price. So be sure to check out yourplaymat.com by clicking the link down below. 10% off is a huge deal, and what are you waiting for? They ship worldwide. Get that custom playmat for the new season. Anyhow, have yourself a fantastic rest of your day. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.